History wasn't calmer back then. It was just less documented, because the past is basically one long timeline of who approved this. Here are 7 bizarre things that actually happened worldwide, delivered like a weird news show, with consistent hooks and punchlines. Let's go. Imagine you're a powerful noble, dressed in your finest medieval drip, attending a high-level meeting, and the floor collapses and drops you into a latrine cesspit. That's what happened in Erfurt on July 26, 1184. A crowded gathering of nobles overloaded a floor. It gave way, and dozens of people fell, some reportedly into the sewage pit below. Sources commonly put the death toll around 60. They didn't lose a political debate. They lost a structural integrity check. And speaking of political problems with the worst possible final straw, this one is history's most ridiculous spark for international conflict. In October 1925, a border incident between Greece and Bulgaria escalated into a brief military clash, sometimes nicknamed the War of the Stray Dog. The situation spiraled fast enough that the League of Nations got involved, ordering a ceasefire and withdrawal, and Greece was ultimately ordered to pay compensation. Imagine telling your grandkids, yes, we almost had a whole war, because somebody chased their dog. Now let's jump to a story where the danger wasn't bullets, it was bread. In August 1951, the small French town of Pont-Saint-Esprit experienced a nightmare. Hundreds of people got violently ill after eating bread. Then some developed terrifying hallucinations, convulsions, and extreme symptoms. Investigations linked the outbreak to bread from a local bakery, and one early medical explanation involved ergot contamination, a fungus on grains that can cause severe poisoning. The incident became infamous because it looked like the town collectively lost reality. It's the only story where we need bread turned into we need an exorcist and a doctor. And if you think the human mind is easy to manipulate, wait until you see what a newspaper convinced people was living on the moon. In August 1835, readers of the New York Sun were fed reports claiming astronomers had discovered life on the moon, including wild creatures, presented like serious science. It was a massive sensation, and one of the most famous media hoaxes ever. The Library of Congress even preserves imagery tied to the hoax because it was that culturally loud. Fake moon beasts went viral in the 1830s. Humanity has always been like this. Now, let's jump to Prague, where political disagreement became a window-related solution. In May 1618, tensions in Bohemia boiled over, and a group of angry nobles responded to imperial officials in the most literal way possible. They threw them out a window at Prague Castle. Astonishingly, the victims survived the fall, and the event helped ignite the Bohemian Revolt, and is widely associated with the beginning of the 30 Years' War. Hajar said, "Let's de-escalate." Prague said, "Let's de-windowate." Now, if you think workplace culture can't get more unhinged than that, this one is disturbing, but it's also historically famous for what it reveals about class tension. In Paris in the late 1730s, printing apprentices, overworked and underfed, carried out a bizarre, cruel cat massacre episode that later became a famous case study in cultural history, especially through historian Robert Darnton's work. Darnton's point wasn't that it was funny to us. He argues it shows how the apprentices understood protest, power, and resentment in their world. When your workplace is so toxic, even the cats get dragged into the labor dispute. And finally, a war whose name makes it sound like a cartoon, but it was real geopolitics. Yes, this is a real war name. The War of Jenkins' Ear was fought between Britain and Spain, starting in 1739, and the name comes from a British sea captain, Robert Jenkins, whose ear was allegedly cut off by Spanish coast guards during a search of his ship years earlier, later used as political fuel to whip up support for war. It's bizarre, because it shows how propaganda works. You take one shocking story, repeat it enough, and suddenly, the public has a simple emotional symbol for a complicated conflict. Imagine telling someone, "I fought in a major international conflict." And the response is, "Which one?" "The ear one." So that's part 4. A cesspit disaster, a dog border war, cursed hallucination bread, moon clickbait, political window throwing, a grim workplace cat revolt, and an international war named after an ear. Thanks for watching. If you love these bizarre deep dives into history, hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you in part 5.